Good afternoon, Facebook followers. Most of you are at lunch. I am behind Cherry Street Restaurant. My name is Tom Lowy. I'm a reporter and columnist from the Galesburg Register. I'm standing here with Dusty Scott, somebody I've talked to before and written about before. But you've got something unusual hanging outside of the back of Cherry Street Restaurant. Why don't you tell viewers what you're doing here?
I've had the idea for a while for just kind of like pop-up art, like temporary, nothing like super fixed in a position, something that can be done inexpensively and kind of appreciated for the moment, and then pretty much taken down and maybe show up somewhere else, or just maybe that's it.
Right.
So I had the idea to just start painting on drop cloths. It's relatively inexpensive, and then it can be done on a massive scale. So for something like an outdoor setting, it can be appreciated a little bit more rather than something small that might be missed. So anyway, I had the idea on vacation here last week, and I've been itching to do it. So I went home, started painting, and then realized I didn't have a location. So then the last couple of days I've been on the phone, and Travis Peterson's a good friend, as well as super supporter of local things around the community, him and his wife Kim, and I had also talked to some other businesses that were great at being interested and offering, and I thought for maybe this first time doing this, I would maybe try something simple. And I said, you got a gutter out back, can I hang my Mona Lisa off the gutter? And the Mona Lisa is just something that I thought would be fun, and I do a lot of commission work, but sometimes you just want to paint just to paint, and,
right.
And this was one of those opportunities, and luckily I found a spot for it, and it's just for the day. So
right.
Yeah.
You'll come and take it down tomorrow or tonight?
I'll come tonight.
Tonight. All right. Yep. Now, are you thinking about doing this in other locations too?
I'd like to. I'd like to have some opportunity. And if it's not me, maybe there's other local artists, that
right.
maybe could stem off of this idea and get some other things. Just kind of the idea of having something neat pop up in an obscure place, and then have it appreciated kind of for the moment,
right?
Right. And being in the present for it, because sometimes I think when certain murals are painted and things, they're highly appreciated in the beginning, and they're of course appreciated for new viewers, but many times we pass by them and we kind of neglect to take a second look.
They become part of the fabric of what we don't pay attention to.
And that's nothing against murals. It's just the idea that I think that's a kind of a consequence sometimes of being used to our environments.
I've seen you kind of course, you've always done kind of private things, or things you do a lot for benefits and for charities, and also for private kind of concerns. Kind of going more public now with the murals out at Music Makers.
Yeah, that was a process that was been several years in the making. I mean, Dave and Lori are just amazing people, and they were fantastic to work with at Music Makers. And I had met with them, I think, about 3-4 years ago, and we'd started mulling around the idea, and then as time went on, we kind of didn't know, and then finally, they got a hold of me, several months back and said, yeah, let's do this, and they pretty much let me have a lot of creative control with, I helped them pick out the photos and stuff like that, and what I was going to work with, but they were really receptive to suggestions, and it was just a great experience, and it was a new experience.
Right. So how is the experience different, like putting something kind of either out in public on commission or randomly like here, rather than just the more traditional kind of?
Sure.
How's it different?
This is way less pressure, because it's just, it's one of those things where it's just having fun. And I had fun with that project as well, but there's a lot of pressure worrying that if you're going to make them happy with what you're producing. And then, with this piece, it was just all about something I wanted to do. People could take it or leave it. There's nobody paying for it. It's just something that you can walk on by it, and, there's no... nothing gained or lost in that regard. And
any thought to painting, creating, making, actually on the spot, even though it's temporary, but kind of on the spot? Is any thought given to that?
I had thought about that, but really my comforts are at home with my wife and daughter.
Right.
And that's really where I prefer to work. And so, a lot of times I'm you know, there's been a few times I've been presented with the option to go make something somewhere else, and more times than not, I just prefer to be, even if they're not in the same room with me,
Right,
I just
I
like
understand.
having them in the next room. So,
Are you in the same place that you were before?
yes, yeah.
Right, okay,
And
so I've seen your
this I
studio,
actually
yeah.
made on my garage floor,
Okay.
and then hung up on my garage door, and then had to make some other adjustments, and but you know, it was just something fun, and it's, you know, it's all about just taking what you have and trying to do the, you know, not waiting for, you know, the biggest studio you can ever get,
Right,
but just
sure.
taking, you know, if you got a closet to paint in, or you got a, you know, outside wall to work on, or you know, or driveway to do something in, it's just you know, getting out there and making, and you know, trying stuff out. So but,
Okay, Facebook viewers, you've been talking with Dusty Scott this afternoon, and the wry smile you see behind him, that's his pretty cool version of Mona Lisa. And so we've got one last question for him. Why Mona Lisa?
you know, I think always been, you know, I think I wanted to do something, especially this first time, that was something, you know, iconic, recognizable, something that you could have fun with, but not that something that somebody had to think too hard about. It was just
Right.
something, you know, it's just playing around and having fun.
Even if you know nothing about art, chances
Right.
are you
You know, like you're familiar with Van Gogh's work, or you're familiar
Right.
with, you know, something of Da Vinci, or you know, various ones like that. And I thought, you know, for this, for the first time, you know, but I got some other ideas in the future that if this is something that, you know, I get a decent response from,
Right.
and you know, I get some other people that are willing to maybe let me have some opportunities to just, you know, nothing permanent, but just showcase some stuff, then you know, I'd like to explore more of it, and just kind of having fun and having an opportunity to, you know, to kind of highlight, you know, we got a lot of local talent, and I mean, and I see it, you know, through various people's work on Facebook, as well as just, you know, different events that we have in town,
Right.
and I think, you know, celebrating that and having an opportunity, and also giving inspiration to, you know, up and comers, that it's like, hey, you know, you don't have to necessarily have to have a big ta-da in order to do
Right,
something, and,
right.
and showcase it, and just go out and make it, and you know, and see what happens. And if one time it doesn't work, the next time it might. So, you know, so it's just kind of having fun with it, and taking some of the seriousness out of it a little bit, and just enjoying it.
Well, Dusty Scott, thank you for sharing some of your art and your fun
Oh, thanks,
with us on a
thanks.
Friday afternoon. We really hope you do it again, and we're always ready with the camera if you ever want to tell us about it like you did this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You bet.